I honestly really don't miss anything. Hey everyone, it's Aubrey, recovering perfectionist, queen of distraction, and today we are back for part 2 of my screen time mindfulness challenge that I was doing last week. If you didn't watch part 1, go ahead and do that. Yesterday was the last day of that for me. It really ended up being a fun and very interesting experiment. Can I do this? Can I be a more mindful parent as we approach the beginning of the school year and really just make the most of the last few weeks of summer that we have together? And it really ended up turning into so much more than that, which obviously I will get into. Okay, we're just doing a quick first day update. I don't feel like I'm noticing a huge draw towards my phone. I have a migraine and I don't even want to look at it, so that might have something to do with it. And then this morning we went to the park and the library, and then my sister-in-law brought my nieces over, and it's just been a busy, painful day. So I guess, is that a success? Maybe. First, I will say I'm extremely happy that I did this. I don't know if I already said that, but I am. It was a really great week. There's this one fly in the house, and everywhere I go, he wants to be. Anyway, not only were things better with the kids, but my productivity was really at a different level, because there were so many times where it was one of those moments as a parent where you can either choose to sit down and scroll through your phone, or you can go and check some things off of your to-do list. And with my phone not being an option, obviously I gravitated towards the things that I needed to do. So not only was I engaging with the kids more, but I really got a big eye-opener as far as how much of my time is spent on my phone when I could be doing other productive things around the house that I need to get done. And then I feel overwhelmed at the end of the day, and I'm kind of trying to scramble and do everything. It was nice to just be able to do those things during the day when I found the time to, and instead of turning towards my phone and scrolling for, who knows how long. Alrighty, so day 2 update. It went well. This morning was really smooth. I didn't find myself just lounging and sitting on the couch in the morning as long as I normally would have. I did still sit and hang out and snuggle with the boys a little bit while they watched their cartoons, but I didn't linger as long as I normally would have, and I got the day moving. So I definitely felt more productive in that aspect, and even throughout the day, there were a bunch of things that I feel like I normally wouldn't have ended up getting done that I was able to take care of. I do feel a little bit burned out. I think that maybe I need to find some kind of replacement for the downtime that scrolling on my phone has, I think, been for me. So that's that. I'm overall feeling good. I did try to avoid bringing my phone outside with me this morning when the boys and I went out to play, but then they were being cute and doing adorable things, so I had to come in and grab it so I could take videos and pictures and whatnot. And then when I did have it, I found myself really wanting to just add something to the grocery cart. I'm just sitting here watching them play, I should do something productive, but I didn't. I sat and I watched them play and just jotted what I needed to in my handy dandy notebook real quick, and I feel good about that. And then after Alec went to bed and Josh was home from work and he and Jackson were off doing their own thing, at that point I got on my phone, finished my grocery order for tomorrow morning, and looked up the things that I needed to look up. I did identify a plant today. I thought it was stinging nettle, but it's elderberry. I don't know how anyway, that's whatever. Yeah, so I'd say day 2 is going good. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I've enjoyed it so far. I'm going to bed. Alrighty, so today is day 4. I didn't record anything yesterday. By the time I thought about it, I was in bed, and well, here we are. Anyway, I'm not getting notifications on my watch like I should be, which is frustrating. I'm getting some, but not all. And so I did have my phone on me. We had a friend over that I needed to be able to communicate with his parents, blah, blah, blah. I did find myself, because I had it, just looking up just something quick. I used my phone for a recipe, and I still got a ton done, was really productive throughout the day, spent time with the boys, had friends over for dinner, and I don't really think it's so much my phone that's the problem, or me looking up things here and there. In the video last week, I had talked about how I'll get on my phone to look up a recipe or add something to my grocery cart, and then next thing you know, I'm scrolling through Instagram, and I don't know why I didn't think about it then, that Instagram and Pinterest and the things that I can scroll through, those are the things that are the problem and not my phone itself. So I'm still going to try and just detach from it as much as possible when I can, but thinking that I just can't have those things on my phone anymore. And I am finding myself using the computer more because I could stop my phone, but there are still things that need to get done, like bill pay and whatnot, which I find just sitting at the desktop still feeling more engaging. Like, even if the boys are off doing their own thing, it feels better to go sit down at the computer with like more intention than just doing something on my phone. Because it's like when you have your phone in your hand, like one thing leads to another. I feel like it's easier for me to just get on the computer and do what I need to do, if that makes sense. So I'm just having like little revelations here, and I honestly really don't miss anything. No, I do. I miss seeing like my friends and family, and I have a childhood friend who just had a baby, and I know that I'm missing out on pictures and stuff that she's posting on Instagram, but I just don't feel like I can allow myself to have it yet at this point. I wish that I could do like parental controls for myself for apps like that. Like, you're only allowed to see things from people that you follow, or you can only watch like 2 minutes of reels and then your phone locks and you're not allowed to anymore. But yeah, things are going good so far. Another thing that I really just realized for probably the 1,000th time in my life is I cannot be on my phone before bed. Having the sewing table and putting my phone in the drawer, or even just setting it on the table and having that be its home base, was a huge helper. There were several nights where I just left my phone out there. I moved my charger out there, so that's where it charged. And not having the option to scroll before bed, it was really kind of how I was letting myself wind down at the end of the day. And it really was just making me more stimulated. I mean, science, we all know that at this point, but I was letting myself do it anyway. And without having that option, I found myself with all this time to read before bed. I started a new novel. Hold on. The Secret Book of Flora Lee. Highly recommend. So good. I've really been having a hard time putting it down, and I feel much better about having a difficult time putting down a book versus having a difficult time getting off of my phone. Chapters stop, reels don't. And when it comes to things like Instagram and YouTube and Pinterest, the things that just keep going and going and going and going, I found through this last week that that's really 100% of my problem with my phone. It's the things that I don't have control over the end of. I can tell myself, I'm going to stop reading at the end of this chapter. I can't control the program that just tells the internet to keep going and going and going and going. So while I did have my little notebook, I found myself using that more as a to-do list, which was helpful. I do to-do lists all the time, so it was just a different piece of paper to put that information on. I did use it for a couple days to keep track of my thoughts and things that I needed to do on my phone, but as I started carrying my phone around more because I was failing to get notifications on my watch, I did test the waters with allowing myself to like just hop on real quick to, reply to a text, answer a call, and not just communication, but looking up some bit of information real quick. And it was when I was able to do those things successfully, seek out the information that I was looking for without getting sucked in somewhere else, it really kind of just like, I had this aha moment that it's not necessarily me getting distracted on my phone. It's me getting distracted on Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube. So I think that I am going to just keep those off of my phone really just for kind of as long as I feel like it. At some point, Pinterest got tapped. I don't know how, but it was loaded on my phone today. So I did open it up and I only scrolled through the people that I actually follow for probably not even a minute. And it really just didn't feel as satisfying as it normally had in the past. I found that interesting, but that also makes me feel really good that I've been able to detach from it when I very much felt like I needed to have it. The only thing that I'm going to be bummed about is not that I'm good at consistently posting on my feed, but there's just something satisfying about scrolling through Instagram on your personal page and just seeing how your life has changed and grown. So maybe I'll just still post a cute picture of the boys every couple weeks just for myself, and then to still give family the opportunity to see them who, either don't live here or we don't see very often. So that's my thoughts on that. Okay, so today is the end of day 5, and for the majority of the day I was alone, so I didn't really have to worry about being a present mom because I was by myself for the first time in a very long time. And really I was still pretty productive even though I was on my phone a little bit. I was on the computer more than I was on my phone now that I really think about it. But last night I did find myself really just like needing to disconnect and being really overwhelmed, and Josh was kind of busy with the boys, so I was on my phone for a while just checking some things off of my to-do list. But yeah, so like I wasn't present, but they were with another parent. But I guess I just found it interesting and really observed me feeling like it was going to save me when I was having like overwhelmed, exhausted feelings. Like being on my phone was going to help. And could I have gone for a walk? Maybe. Didn't think about that until now, but probably would have been a more healthy option. So pondering on that. Something else that I observed was me gravitating towards my phone when I started feeling overwhelmed. Basically, I really need to start checking myself and paying attention to the desire that I have to be on my phone when I'm feeling overwhelmed, and just checking out that way. So not only do I want to be mindful and pay attention to how I'm using my phone as the answer for when I'm having big feelings or feeling overwhelmed, but I also really want to pay attention to more so Jackson, just because he's older, and making sure that I'm helping him and giving him outlets for big feelings and feelings of overwhelm. I guess I just have a concern that his fallback for situations like that is going to be running to a screen, which I kind of already see happening, and it's my fault. I didn't know what I know now about the dependency of screens, and now I'm kind of trying to figure out how to unravel the last 7 years. So there's that. I'm totally not stressed about it at all, she said sarcastically. But overall, I am extremely, extremely thankful that I decided to take this step and hold myself accountable, make a few changes just to see where things took me. And I'm thankful for the little journey and the destination that I ultimately ended up with, just realizing that the scrolly platforms I can't have in my life anymore. And I'm just all around more productive as a mom and a person without those things in my life and on my phone. Alrighty, so today is the end of day 6, and I'm really not missing anything. I think I officially lost the AirPod. I don't know if I mentioned that yesterday. So I haven't really been able to listen to my audiobooks, which is kind of a bummer. But even without that, to keep me focused when I am cleaning and whatnot, I'm really not gravitating towards my phone. I honestly really didn't even think about it today. So yeah, go me. So that's that. Thank you for hanging out for another video. I'm curious if anybody found themselves testing the waters with being mindful on your screen time. Let me know how it went for you. I'm curious to hear what conclusions you were able to come to and if they were similar to mine. I think we're all in the same boat at this point when it comes to technology. Like, you don't realize it's controlling your life until you're making a YouTube video about how you need to be more mindful about your phone usage. I'll see you in the next one. As always, I love you. Have fun and be kind.